Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and in this video I'm going to share 30 red flags that indicate you are in fact dealing with a narcissist. Now, if this is your first visit to my channel, welcome. To my subscribers, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be alerted each time I upload a new video. Now, I once thought of narcissist as someone who was just vain, constantly watching themselves in the mirror, sort of like the Carly Simon song, "You're So Vain," or in Greek mythology, Narcissus, who fell into the river and drowned because he just couldn't stop staring at his own reflection. Boy, did I have a lot to learn. There are certainly many narcissists who fit the above description, such as the grandiose narcissists who are preoccupied with their appearance. These narcissists are more easily recognizable to others around them. The ones harder to spot are the covert narcissists, the ones who project an image of themselves as caring, kind, and loving, but behind closed doors with those closest to them, they are an entirely different person. This is the kind of narcissist I was married to. These narcissists love to play the victim in order to gain attention and sympathy from others, and most definitely to attract new supply. These are the ones who are able to mirror back to you exactly what they know you want to see, in the beginning anyway. They seem like everything you could ever want and more. They seem to like everything you like. They share your values, your ideals, and they seem to have similar goals in life. They come across as your dream guy or your dream gal. That is, until their mask begins to slip. One of the first things I noticed about my narcissist really early on was that he liked to talk a lot about himself. Even when I shared a story about myself, he would quickly turn the conversation back to him. He also had a terrible habit of constantly interrupting me and talking over me. It felt like whatever he had to say was more important than what I had to say. If I shared a sad story, he always had a sadder story. If I shared an accomplishment of mine, he had an even bigger accomplishment to share. It felt like he had to one-up everything, both positive and negative. Of course, he told me that his ex never listened to him. And being the empathic person I am, I thought to myself, this man just really needs to be heard. So I listened patiently. This pattern literally never changed. After some time, I began Googling things like, how do I get my husband to stop interrupting me? How do I get him to stop talking over me? This led me to come across the term narcissist, and I easily saw that he fit perfectly into the description of a conversational narcissist. And of course, at that time I thought that was the only kind of narcissist he was, and I could deal with it. And I also chalked this up to him not feeling heard in the past, so I cut him a lot of slack. I listened to the same stories over and over again. It became exhausting, and I felt the only time I was really being heard when I was talking to other people. Now, one thing to note here, the moment you start Googling how to deal with your partner's behavior, that's a red flag. Of course, many other red flags showed up, but I swept them away because I loved him so much, and I truly believed that love conquered all. I believed one day I would have listened enough and that our communications would become more 50-50. That never happened. Now, hindsight is 20/20, and looking back, I now recognize all the red flags I didn't see or refused to see before. So here are a list of 30 warning signs, 30 red flags, in no particular order, that you are dealing with a narcissist. Number 1, as I mentioned before, interrupting you and talking over you. Number 2, having an inflated sense of importance, being more special than others. Number 3, having many failed relationships that ended badly with a lot of drama and or long drawn-out legal battles. Number 4, telling you their exes were crazy, bipolar, that they were duped, lied to, or deceived in some way. Number 5, zero responsibility in the failure of their past relationships. Number 6, having a deep need for attention and admiration. Number 7, delusions of grandeur. Number 8, claiming to have special powers, such as being psychic. Number 9, criticizing and belittling others, feeling as though they are in some way better than others. Number 10, having an excessive need for praise and recognition. Number 11, having a sense of entitlement. Number 12, an inability to accept constructive criticism. Number 13, an inability to truly listen to others. Number 14, nothing is ever their fault. 15, perceiving any disagreement in their way of thinking as a threat. This will typically cause them to become defensive and agitated. 16, black and white thinking. People are seen as either all good or all bad. 17, an inability to be truly vulnerable. Although they can fake intimacy, there is never true intimacy with a narcissist. 18, proclaiming their love for you very early in the relationship, often within days or weeks. This is also referred to as love bombing. 19, moving quickly from relationship to relationship, often overlapping relationships. 20, having standards of behavior for others that they themselves cannot or will not meet. This stems from their belief that the rules for normal people do not apply to them. 21, having a large number of friends on their social media and a profile that touts a long list of their accomplishment. 22, becoming angry if questioned on their behavior. 23, deflecting blame for anything that goes wrong. Number 24, blame shifting along these same lines as number 23. If called out for something they did or they said, rather than address it, they will shift the blame onto you. What about what you did? What about what you said? I wouldn't have done or said that if you hadn't done or said what you did. Zero accountability for their harmful words or actions, which was number 25. Forgot to mention that. 26, easily bored and constantly seek out new friends and secondary sources of supply. Number 27, expect total honesty and truth from you, but they will never give you the same. 28, they will expect to be your number one priority at all times, even if you're sick, even if you've suffered the loss of a loved one, and certainly over your children. Their needs and wants are their priority and should be yours as well. Number 29, they are arrogant and often use vulgar language even in public. They can be quite crass and harsh in what they say about others and will eventually be this way with you. Number 30, and probably the most important one here, lack of empathy. This is the number one trait of all narcissists. They have no true empathy. Listen to how they talk about other people. Pay attention. One day, and I can promise you this, they will be saying those exact same things about you. If you think you're with a narcissist, just pay attention to what they say and how they say it. You're going to notice they use a lot of first-person pronouns such as I, me, mine, kind of like a toddler, rather than pronouns such as ours or we. Listen to how they talk about their past relationships and why those relationships ended. They will be, in every case, a victim. In their eyes, their former partner is to blame. Every time. Try disagreeing with them on something, anything. It doesn't have to be anything major, and just watch their reaction. My ex-narc was so easily offended he got butthurt because I didn't care for a movie he had picked out for us to watch, which he ended up enjoying. When I commented that the movie was okay, but not as good as I thought it would be, he literally pouted, saying, "I guess I just can't find anything you like." And he called me too sensitive. But I'll save that for another video. So tell me in the comments, how did you first recognize that the person in your life was a narcissist? What were some of the early signs you noticed? Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this information helpful, and let me know what topics you'd like me to discuss. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and have a blessed day, survivors.